Oh, hello. Wait, microphone. Come closer. Close. Is this close enough? Hello? Yep. I guess this is close enough. Uh, well, good. Where were we? One, two, three, four, five, six quests left. One from Sumeru, and yep, we are gonna go complete this one. Oh, by the way, we've got a lot of improvements. Oh, what am I doing? First of all, I got Sumeru at 100% again. Not again, 100% 2. And I got 30 of 38 world quests. That's actually impressive for me. Like, look at this map now. From here, 100% every single area. Every single area, even here, every single area. Oh, I should go to Hazel. Why should Hazel even? Who cares about Hazel? I don't know. Actually, he's not a famous character. Is he? Do people actually like Hazel? So yeah, I've got my Explorer at 100%, and before I go to for Dehya, what the freak should I do with Hazel? Wait, there is a teleporter there. Yes, I remember correctly that 100% is for not for nothing. I remember that shouldn't there be a teleporter? As far as I can remember, there should be one. Okay. Was it just 1 second? Okay, there, there should be a new angle. What? You should. What? A 1 second memory.
Bring it.
Oh, where? Oh, there. I could have just jumped down all the way. Oh, here. Yeah.
Iwan's trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
Wait. I think volume mixer. I think I should.
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. We can still
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Hello there.
So you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them.
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago. My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dia wasn't around.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady.
But she said they'll treat you to the best dishes. Paimon can't believe you can still refuse that.
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time, and...
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever.
All right, fine. Ever since you first said, have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding?
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. But if something really is bothering you...
Oh, looks like Junior's was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems like I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still...
My lady... You're not gonna... All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction known as
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dehya al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dehya al-Akmar is led by my father,
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now.
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other...
That's beyond terrible.
I don't know how Deshret's relic sees it. All I do know is that Dehya al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such...
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he...
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Sounds like a night...
What about your mother?
Unfortunately, I never knew... It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I? He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty... They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of...
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good.
I'm gonna break my silence. This story quest looks pretty stupid to me. I wish I now. I mean, if you read a Sumeru story quest and just go to a Fontaine story quest right after that, you will see the difference. Like, what is this? Just like, at least make it more normal. At least, bro. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna turn into
I just want to protect those that are close to me.
Turn into a better turn.
Yeah. I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent
I see.
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
What should we do?
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught.
Well, he's super tough, so if he went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in...
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took him along to help. I'll wait for news from you in the city until then.
I'm honored that you care. All right, then let's get moving.
2 hours of pain, probably. Wait a moment, I'm gonna just get back. Just wait for me a few seconds. I'll press the teleport button. I should click as less as possible. I should use my... What is it, left or right? Oh, right hand as... I shouldn't use my right hand as much as I can. You know, 100%ing the 100%ing completing Sumeru Explorer World Class actually sacrificed my middle finger, my right hand middle finger. I cannot actually
Hey, Dehya, you're back.
sense it.
Obviously
It
friends
doesn't
first.
feel alright. And yeah, my eyes itching. Whatever.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got newcomers, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Ahmar has been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. But it sounds like they've thrown that
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent...
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relic. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone.
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's...
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Khan al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from him. Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're also...
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever he goes, Paimon...
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by it.
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay and...
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a...
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our...
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that and you weren't even gonna tell me?
All right. We can tell you...
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right...
Are they...
More. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at 'em. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system is That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, hey, knuckleheads, can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bicker?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my...
Will do.
Why there? There is nothing.
This should be the place.
Hide.
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or
It's
another.
hiding.
Don't worry.
They are hiding. Dude, they are hiding. What kind of hiding is
Here they come.
this?
You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react. And
They are wide open. What is... Dude, at least go behind a tree or something. Boo, 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 boo. Wrong one. Oh, that was interesting, for sure.
I'll be back.
So, if you use Arlecchino's team, they actually can...
You're the Flame Main.
good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dakana Lakmar now?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer.
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, you've got 5 seconds. You might want...
Whoa!
I'm not joking around. 2 seconds!
I'll save you the trouble.
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies. I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
What? Why would he be so extreme?
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through...
Well, he's out cold for now.
Yeah, don't worry. They're...
Okay, it's usually the last one. Just skip the entire thing and go for the last one.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names.
Let me take a look. Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takri. All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food. This caravan is... That person will then... Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final
No?
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora. But the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered. Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazamon Homayani?
Homoyani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it...
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the home. Just what the heck is going on here? I'm sorry, but what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with—
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shahzaman as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Ribat or Port Ormos. Yeah, funding violence and looting.
But
I honestly have no— I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past? But that's still just a speculation. I don't— You're probably right.
But what should we do?
If you ask me, I'm not worried. Let's go find my lady. If we're lucky,
Dehya.
I've considered that she showed genuine concern for me when we— That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust—
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumer.
Boo. Boo boo doo boo doo boo boo doo.
You're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well,
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just that
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found, why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe—
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that.
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and So
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next.
the Master? You mean my father? Okay, I understand. My father.
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
I can't help but agree with the
Huh? You mean you feel the same—
Thank you for sharing all this information. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that in the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beast. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my
maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it. I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this—
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts. If my father had always been in contact with Dekan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya in.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my—
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Sorry we put all this on you so...
It's okay, Paimon. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries...
But is that really? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings... However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family. I would be biting the hand that's...
Dehya.
It's all right, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to...
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was that thing about friendship again? Right, yeah, trust! Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
Thank you, everyone. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing.
Usual place?
Usual place? Where? What? Oh.
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the
Yes, my daughter has mentioned them but we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter?
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty...
So, that's what you found? Huh.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, what I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount.
Wait, me?
Yes. I understand perfectly why you came to see me. And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, your father Kusela and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but the facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing, and if you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homayani family. No warning will change my stance on...
I understand. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, they had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekhan Allah. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekhan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really?
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that to repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered...
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of a...
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when...
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be... I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts.
So he was the one who recommended...
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenaries. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such...
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see... And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay. Kusela saved my daughter and me all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him and...
He was always like that. Acting like...
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always send me funds. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him. The letter contained a request to help him buy food,
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekano Akhmar started...
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dehya at risk. That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but in the end, it probably was the wrong decision.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any... If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into...
Oh
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions. I don't know, but I get...
I'll do my best to help. I don't know Kusela. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dekhan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy...
Understood.
I'll stay and be with my father. My father hasn't... I feel like...
Yes. It's time to fade.
It turned to a Turkish movie. Just, dude, really, everything is connected. Our family, your family. Your father asked me to raise you as my daughter. No, not at this extent, not this much, but it felt like the same a little bit. What? Outside? Are you sure? He's gonna have a drink outside. Wow. Were there tables outside? Yes, there was tables, so that makes a little bit sense. Night is like, yeah, the 8 is a good hour. Jawad. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's Jawad. In Persian, we call it Jawad. Jawad.
Huh? Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps. Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Shh. Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private. This place should do. All right, back to my question. How did you all know about me?
Don't worry about it now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait, there's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out.
So what's in it for you anyway?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I weighed it in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick more.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dekhan al-Akmar, and we're gonna put an end to their If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of more from my last run. Just give me a number.
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later. They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the lab. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice work.
Hey, come on.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget.
All right, I get it.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you...
What? Why should anyone go that down on the desert? Does make sense. So there is water. There is water over there.
Temperature's just right. But this isn't the best spot to lie down.
Seems like we're in luck. That should... Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves. I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Dehya, why are you here?
I'll be back.
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you. She's so
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no... Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to back...
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down. Dehya, the boss can't come out. He died.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what...
When did he die? What?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dekhan al-Akmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's... Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's relics was forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters, whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit. The record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail. That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were
I never even...
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get in...
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight.
So, even the Blazing Beast...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took...
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar, the big fire that Boss started, was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to, even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end. There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped, but we won't let any of them escape our wrath.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to... We forged Boss's handwriting and sent... We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win. Deshret's relics have become weaker and...
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. Boss always loved his old-fashioned... We used to always laugh at him for it. As for me, but maybe we were all... I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us in suffering.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dehya?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to... All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my... I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Yeah, Paimon feels like we...
Thank you.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained.
He can think whatever he wants, but the fact is...
Probably that's the fastest way. Actually, I have Arles team. Wait, this is a starter team. Whoa. I have Arlecchino Melt's team here. I have Natlan Meta team here. So let's make a Nefer team here.
Any promising leads? Clear skies grace our onward journey.
It's kind of like Nefer X Zibai. I wanna test it, actually. I wanna test it. It sounds a little. Oh, where am I going? It's a bit out of the place, but I think it's not actually that bad. I think it's actually. It's gonna actually work to some extent. I wanna test. Oh god. This seems so funny. If you don't know, Shilonen gives mastery to the Dendro character, gives HP to Hydra characters, and gives damage bonus to damage bonus? Damage. Increases damage for Geo character. Damage dealt plus 50. Hydra max HP plus 45. And oh, no Dendro? Wait, there was Dendro. I'm pretty sure there was Dendro. Dendro. Why is it not here? Wait, did they change the... Oh no. Okay, so but it actually has gives resistance. I mean, decreases the resistance, so, and provides a shield, so that's not that bad. But that hurts. That hurts. But wait, can we do a thing here? No, we can't.
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Let's see how well this team will perform here. Let's see.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up.
Who cares?
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only...
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't...
We'll start with...
Happy to apply.
It all ends up. Can't hide the truth.
I'll be back.
Following orders.
Wait.
It all adds up.
I'll need.
No more lies.
Bring it.
It all adds up.
Okay, oh. Now let's test Zibai. Wait.
Three moons converge. Surge.
Oh, I couldn't test Zibai, and I used the...
We're almost there.
That hurts. That hurts. I couldn't test Zibai.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any
Okay, that was a
Hey,
trap.
you guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't...
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seemed...
Don't worry about us. Let's go! We can't let the boss...
Let's check if there's another way! The sooner we can make it through...
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by some...
Okay, let's go!
Oh. Lower. Change color. Lower. Okay.
Wait. Without further ado.
Ooh, I didn't see the damage number, but that seemed good, you know.
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
Rotate.
We just
Another
need to adjust it a
rotate.
little.
Lower. Huh? Wait.
Bring it.
Damn it, I'm so stupid. What? I forgot the chest? Dude. What am I doing?
Surge.
Oh, wait. What am I doing? I didn't see the number again! Dude! But they both got instantly destroyed, so that was probably good enough damage. Okay, we do this, and da. What? That wasn't a good number. I cannot see numbers. Am I blind? Am I blinded? What? I can't see the numbers. Oh, wait. Raise. Raise? That's not raise, that's rise. Idiots. Change color. And you as well, change color. Now you should change color. Okay, they have died. Probably.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side, but as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all
Don't waste your breath. You have no...
Run. Had I wanted to run, I would have fled. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless. Even now, my brothers and I, the greatest, should never live to remember.
So you want to go out in a
Let us draw our... They are but two. Well... Wave one! Charge! Eliminate following up!
Be cleansed.
I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't defeat one. We're just getting started.
Woo! I didn't see the numbers again. Oh, that was 100,000. Oh, dude, that number was great. Oh my gosh.
Do you all just want to die?
None of us plan to...
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us! place is like a gladiator's ring.
Yes! Keep fighting!
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Michel! Ugh, so they've broken through the front.
Apologies, Lord Michal. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep...
So, it would seem like...
Time to pay for everything you've...
You think I would give you... I will be buried in the sand!
Hey, wait!
We were too late.
It's over. There's no... But if you're still going to cling on to your so...
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Let's
Okay,
go.
let's go. Let's go. That means there is a higher floor to this as well. If we can get up with this, then that means... Oh.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics, and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your...
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you...
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela?
Why would I know? It's not like I'm in...
This is your last chance.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every...
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even... Where's the records room?
It's right over there. All the files are in there.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean the one that got burned down? Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now.
Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about.
He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in, but in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the... He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Tell me, where is the...
It's just over there. Go... There's nothing left in there.
Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. Spare them no...
Wait. Oh, no! Ah! The threats failed! Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, there is no top. Okay. So it doesn't even matter. Actually, I kind of like this team. But it's a strange... I don't know actually if it's good or not.
This was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here.
Dehya.
I'm sorry.
Is this a cane?
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow...
Let's split up and look around some more.
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh? Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
Yeah!
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
My whole body is itching. Oh, by the way, Manchester United draw the last game. They could have won. Like, they had so many chances to win and they only managed to get a draw on the last second. What? So yeah, my hair is still attached to my head.
This?
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable... These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy. Hey, come on! Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. Junior Zed will also be here
Aw, thanks, you two. My chest was filled with all but when everything came to an end, those emotions, it was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me. Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important. Idrisi and the other. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such length. We're hypocrites. All of. Yeah, you're right.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Huh? Dehya, you're looking.
Paimon will explain. A lot
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told.
My lady.
Dehya.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably... That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to... But now that I consider it again...
I understand how you...
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father. And even if the ending of the story...
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rub...
We'll come along, too.
I can't thank you enough for taking...
Okay, the end. No, not yet. Oh, I have a healer on the team and never used it. Whoa. That does make
This
no
rug here
sense.
is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? Wait, are you here to take...
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp. When I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much long. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, one of the injured members gave this box to me. Everything left in the camp...
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or...
So this box contains everything that
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks. But let's see what's in... What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh.
Perhaps it's just...
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really
And here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Isn't Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
Huh? There's something in the box.
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't to Dehya. It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that...
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already... You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of what... But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that...
Wait, what?
Surely,
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the... But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day, and discovered you were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that but your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were...
Sounds like...
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I was their most esteemed leader after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a at this rate, Anyway, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. as far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
Sumeru has the strangest stories of all the time. Just
suppose
what the hell are these?
I was
Just
suffocated under the sand a
bro,
long time ago.
what are you doing?
He
Who
was a
wrote
good
this
father to
story?
you.
Yeah, it's just a pity that we had to learn the truth.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story, that there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold, and that only under his—
If you ever find
Bro,
any
what the
Sure,
hell?
I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I'll help too.
Thank you. My life is certainly— because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by
Okay. Okay. So, what is the next one? Okay. We've got Fontaine, and also Meet Fontaine Sumeru. So we'll gonna start with the mid one, but it's Fontaine as well. So I'm expecting a lot better than this one. I'll record it later. Bye.